just opening thoughts on the game tonight.
They're just better tonight, top to bottom, from me all the way down to the end of the bench. I just thought there were too many stretches where we weren't good executing on either side. If you look at the majority of our losses in conference this year, we've had just half where we've given up 50% or more. So defensively, we just weren't good enough to get stops when we needed. There were moments where we had momentum, we had opportunities. 40% in the second half offensively is a sign of some things that we didn't really take advantage of that we saw. Because we had stretches where we were executing some things, we found some mismatches and whatnot. Attack the paint. Probably didn't attack the paint enough to finish the run that we did make in the second half. So tough one, but there's a lot more basketball to be played and continue to work.
Questions?
Travis, where do you want to see the team improve defensively?
Just consistency in terms of execution, and then we can be better with adjustments, and that's all of us. Is not necessarily anyone in particular individually, but as a group, we need to be a little better with adjustments. When teams find things that they're executing, we got to find a way to get stops, and sometimes you change coverages and things like that, or matchups, and we just weren't good enough.
So you guys were red hot from 3 in the first half, and then I think only hit 1 in the second half. Did they adjust anything defensively, or what happened?
I think it was just how we played on both sides. We need to be better at being more consistent. Offense and defense, putting two halves together. Just not being one-sided, and I think that's what caught us in the head at the time, and we're gonna get better at it.
And Money, when they have 6 guys who could go for double figures, just what was the biggest challenge trying to hold down that many different guys who could score in different ways?
To be honest, I don't think it was a challenge at all. Overall, I just think they were the better team, and like Travis said, if we just be more consistent on both sides, we have a good chance in conference.
Money, you scored, I think, 15 straight of you guys' points in the second half, a lot of those at the free throw line. Was there something that you saw at that point that you were trying to take advantage of, or how did that come about?
Mac Miller had a couple fouls, and we just wanted to take him, and that was the game plan from there, and that's what we did. And they fouled a lot, and that's how I got the points.
Money, you guys only had 10 turnovers today, the second fewest in the game of the season, so why were you guys so clean there?
Say that again?
Only having 10 turnovers today, second fewest this season, why were you guys so clean there today?
I just think just practicing not turning the ball over. Montana State is a good team. They switch a lot, so we just practice protecting the ball.
Coach, as you go into these final few games of the regular season, what are you hoping to see out of your team over the rest of the regular season before you guys head to Boise?
Just find a way to be more consistent, see if we can put 2 halves together. Really, I think once we do that the first time, in terms of both sides of the ball, I think we'll remember what it felt like, right? And we've said this all year to our guys, is we got a lot of guys in new roles. We need freshmen to start playing like sophomores, and sophomores to start playing like juniors, and juniors to play like seniors. And we've seen signs. I think we've had a couple guys have off nights, and then they recover from that, and then somebody else has an off night. We just need a little more consistency, and a lot of it, like I say, is experience. At the end of the day, and we hope that as you start getting more games under your belt, you start playing like there's more experience. But it's a little bit everyone. Montana State played well tonight, and so I think the last thing we will do is scrap things and start over. We just need to continue to make adjustments and work on the things that we struggle with tonight. And the next time we're in that situation, play better.
Anything else?
I guess both these games have been close. Would you feel good if you see them again in the tournament, and is that something, do you want to see them a third time?
Yeah, I'd love to see anybody in the tournament, right? The goal is to not play the first night, and then whoever you see in front of you, look forward to playing, right? We got to win 3 games in that situation. So, I'll never be a coach that ducks teams or, hopes that you don't play someone. If you lack confidence, you'll never be successful. So, we've had stretches in this game, just like the last game where we were better, right? We jump up and we have momentum in the first half. And I think we did some things to play them back into the game, whether it was some defensive breakdowns, some bad matchups that as a staff, maybe, we try to get out of, and we probably call a timeout and get the subs and hold on to that lead that we had as opposed to let it cut down to 4. Cause that's when they got momentum, and then they never really relinquished it at that point, until the second half, when we kinda got going in transition. So, it's a game of adjustments, but you always gotta take positives from games and believe that if you do the things that you see worked consistently within that game, you win. And so that's how we'll feel the next time going in. I'll find those things, and then we'll try to execute them for 40 minutes.
We good? Thanks, guys.
Because